My only thing was, after all those years, I realized that I'd never, ever met a clear and seen a clear or an OT, and that was what was promised. That was why I got in the first place.
And you know you never.
Well, because there's never been anybody. Look, you see clears who are wearing glasses, and if you look in Dianetics, then even just that. I mean, the first thing I read about I was wearing glasses. I was a teenager. Said, "Oh, I'm going to go in Scientology because I don't want to wear glasses anymore." I was a teenager, wanted to meet girls. Yeah. You know, I was like 16 years old, so that was a big thing for me. And the perfect memory, you know, and health and whatnot. So, but you know, even OTs, OT8s, you know, still wearing glasses, it didn't make sense to me. And OT was the other thing I wanted. You know, abilities. I've never seen any single OT able to do anything of an OT nature, operating thing. And in the old days, OT8 per LRH was at cause over matter, energy, space, and time, objectively and subjectively, which means that you'd be able to observe it. And then it was changed from that to, you know, the thing about, you know, memory on the whole track, something like that, you know. So, yeah, amnesia on the whole track. So it changed, and the abilities kind of like get put off. So it was like, you know.
But OTA back in the early 70s was very different.
Yeah, but no, even then, I knew OTAs from back then, and wearing glasses and couldn't do any OT abilities or anything like that. So, you know, after a while, I kind of go, you know what? I'm not going to get what I came in for. It's just not there. It's not available.
But you know, that somebody would go out and demonstrate, you know, levitate something.
Why not?
Right?
Why not?
Because LRH sort of admonishes against.
No, absolutely not. If one person did that, there would be so many, you'd have everybody lining up at your doors because they'd be going, I want that. You'd have everybody lining up at your door. I guarantee 100%. You show one person, or you know, you get one OT doing that kind of thing, and you literally would have the world knocking down your doors.
Had guys do that
No.
in the early 70s.
No, but see, that was all disproven. You're talking about Uri Geller and guys like that.
Not Uri Geller, but
I was
other guys.
No, I was there in the 70s. Never, ever. So why could they do it? And if that were the case,
But then
why?
they became subject to CIA experimentation.
You know,
And
see, that's
NSA
conspiracy
experimentation.
theory stuff. You know, the thing is, why? So you're saying now that there's no OT abilities available in Scientology anymore?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, it's not there. I've never
I'm
seen
saying
it.
that people don't stand in a street corner and sort of
Don't need to.
levitating and doing this and doing that, because it's sort of like a violation of purpose.
No, the purpose would be to get people in. If you can say, hey, I'm an OT, and look what I learned in Scientology, and I levitate this box here, you think someone's going to believe me over me just standing there and saying, hey, if you come in here, you can learn how to levitate a box?
Well, here's my thought about that, and again, it's my thought about it, is if LRH really wanted us to go out and do that, I think he would have written, you know, you should go out and do blah, blah, blah. But his thing was, you know, well, you should go out and help somebody.
But nobody has been able to do that. And even clears wearing glasses violate, read Dianetics. The definition is right there in Dianetics. Throw away your glasses. I remember listening to tapes from the early 60s where he says, you know, there's a basket by the door, throw away your glasses. So
Effort processing.
yeah, so the thing is, here we are 60 years later, and OTs and clears wearing glasses, unable to move the slightest thing. I tell you what, are you OT? Okay, you find one OT to show me that one ability like that, and I will go and I'll see the International Justice Chief, and I'll do whatever it takes to get back in, because that's what I got in for in the first place. But it's never, I guarantee 100% you could not find anybody to show me that.
Have you ever seen anybody?
But I've never looked for it.
I've looked.
I've seen definitely what I would definitely consider OT.
But you see, here's what happens. The definition of OT gets mixed up with competence. I've heard it all the years through. Somebody, oh, that guy's so OT. but all it is a measure of competence. They're saying that guy did a lot of stuff. He built a business, or he,
couldn't that be
no, because
synonymous?
no, because look at people who are not in Scientology doing just as well.
I'm a soccer
Look,
fanatic.
you're talking about Martin and Gwen. Now you look at Martin and Gwen compared. They're both OT, and compare them to my younger brother, who is not OT, and he's far. No, and he's far. Emily. No, it's not. Or is it? No. No, it isn't. Boy, she sure looks like her a little bit. Too far away. Keep an eye though, because she might come out the side door.
You can read all the 992s.
No, it's not her. So, no, it's a measure of competence, because I got two OTs in the family who are apparently an OT8 and an OT3, and another brother who has surpassed them by
What, in financial?
well, in his whole life. His
doctor?
family's together. Yeah, he's a doctor. His family's together. He's worth millions. He's got a nice house. He travels. And here's my brother who's broke, and he's gone through 3 wives, and my sister who is on her at least 2nd marriage, and she had a boyfriend for a while that were engaged, but her family's broken up. So if you measure it that way, then if Scientology works 100% of the time, then there's no proof of that, really. But anyway, getting back to the thing about Clear and OT, you show me, get a Clear and show me, and I'll read him off 20 numbers, and if he repeats it back to me perfectly backwards, you got me back. I'll do whatever it takes. But it just won't happen. It's just not there.
Because it's on somebody else's determinism. It's on
objectively,
it's not the real,
subjectively, and objectively. Subjectively and objectively. That's what Ron said.